Today, the Avengers tickets went on sale. Haven't bought mine yet. Didn't want to wade through all the. I don't even know where I'm going to be on the 26th when it comes out. But I came with a new trailer. Had some interesting information in it, and then I spent the day at a gaming store and a comic store, and then taking pictures of a live video game resource or location for my son. While I was in the comic store, I bought a game, and I suppose I can take a picture of the game. That one. That was in the video in the store. And then we had a conversation about this. This is a live-action vampire game that takes place in Las Vegas on the first and third Saturday of each month. This Saturday is the first Saturday of the month, so I may be going down to Nat 20 to LARP to play vampire, which I'm tickled and delighted about, and I know how much of a nerd that makes me. But then we got into a conversation about the trailer and about the MCU in general. And the room was kind of agreed on the idea that Thanos is likely not the big bad of the movie. There's a couple of pieces of evidence, and I could be totally wrong, but there's a couple of pieces of evidence in the movie that I would point to. First of all, there's a shot of Thanos. Looks like he's exiting the Tesseract portal of the Space Stone transport, and he's all armored up. That, to me, looks like a hero entrance shot, very similarly composed to the one Thor made into Wakanda in Infinity War. So I think you're seeing Thanos show up to help against whoever the big bad is. I think there's other subtle clues in the trailer that suggest that all of this footage is still what they're telling us. It's from the first half hour, maybe first hour of the film. And that the confrontation that looks like it's happening in that is not a confrontation. It's them going to him for help. Because I think they're on the planet that he was on at the end of Infinity War, and whoever the big bad is wiped it out. So the question we were debating is, well, then who would that be? Because most of the likely suspects would have been part of the Fox deal, and there would have had to have been some kind of waiver or special arrangement, much like the one that Sony made with Marvel, so that they could use Spider-Man in Infinity War and do Homecoming and do Far From Home. There are rumors that it's Kang, the Conqueror, or Immortus, because there's apparently a shot in the quantum realm, just like a frame or two, that show Chronopolis. So that's a possibility, but Kang would be part of the Fox deal because he's a Fantastic Four character. The one I'm leaning towards, because I think, as I said in a post with the trailer, that there's a commentary there that Thanos' course of action wasn't vetted and created a vacuum into which the big bad will step or fill. And that suggests a nihilist to me. But the possibility that the kid, he's younger than me, he's a kid, the guy in the game store suggested, and I didn't like it at first, but the more I thought about it, the more it makes sense. He suggested it would be the Beyonders who would have noticed the imbalance created by the use of the Infinity Gauntlet as a threat to their power that they could then react to, which continues the arc of Thanos' hero, which was created in Infinity War, and carries it through into Endgame. Then I added to that because a few years ago, I've consistently been of the opinion that the best way to bring the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, all the Fox properties into the fold, is to run Secret Wars as a story. And so if you introduce the Beyonders as the big bads of Endgame, well, all of a sudden the door opens to needing to find a way to shut down the Beyonders and keep them from destroying existence. And if you do Secret Wars the way they did it recently, then you get to introduce Doctor Doom as a deity, essentially. And I think there's a lot of potential to introduce all of those characters in a very significant way if you go that route. So I'm fascinated to see what Endgame ends up being. Love the trailer. We talked a little bit about Captain America and Chris Evans being done with the role and how he wouldn't be around to do Secret Empire. And I was going, are you kidding me? If you went to Chris Evans 5 years from now and said, okay, well, you get to be the bad guy, you get to flip, we're going to do President Steve Rogers, and you get to play the villain, and you get to do all these things that come from Steve revealing that he's been a Hydra agent all of these years, all the things that go with Secret Empire. If you told an actor he gets the chance to do all that 5 years down the line after taking a rest from the part with the boatload of money that'll go with it, there's no way he would say no to that. And then we talked about Captain Marvel a little bit, but I'll leave that there. This video is long enough. So yeah, there's a standard spiel that goes, if you want to argue it with me, if you have any comments, please feel free to leave them below. Like, share, subscribe, that kind of thing. And go ahead and debate it with me. Who do you think the big bad in Endgame is going to be? Is it Thanos? I think there's too much potential for the team. I'd love to see Hawkeye face Thanos knowing they have to team up. Or Nebula have to face her father knowing they have to team up. I think there's a lot of potential in that. But if you have a comment, please comment below, and thanks for watching the video. Peace.